squad, and welcome back to my channel. I've decided to do a little bit, it's actually not a different video, it's something I already promised to you guys, and it turns out that recently, I don't know if you saw, but if you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna link it down below. I did a haul showing you this new Slovenian brand that's called Lotique. I have bought some items from their makeup line, and I have promised you to try it out since it is new and I haven't seen how it performs yet. So I decided to give it a try today and show you and myself how this works. This is the eyeshadow palette. I have showed it in the first video as well. I'm gonna do a simple makeup look, just using, I don't know, 2 or 3 shades, basically to just try it out. As you can see, I have already applied my foundation and my concealer, so that I don't take away any more extra time. But I'm gonna be trying out this palette today, and of course I'm gonna be trying this face contour cream palette. Why cream, in case you're wondering? Because my skin tends to be very dry. I have a dry to normal skin type, which means that I try to stay away from powder products as much as possible. Every now and then I'll use them. Of course, in the summer I definitely will, because it gets hot, it gets humid, and we all sweat and stuff, and it just tends to like take off your makeup quicker. Therefore I use powders in the summer, but when it comes to like winter, fall, spring, I try to stick to cream products, and I haven't had a palette like this ever before, and I was very intrigued to give it a try. I am going to be using this shade that doesn't have a name, but it's this darkest shade, and I'm gonna be using it just to kind of define my cheekbones. I'm gonna apply it where I usually apply my bronzer, because I just use contour and bronzer shades. I don't prefer blushes, and that's what I'm gonna be doing today. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with this shade, and just and I'm gonna use a brush like this, which is basically a flat kabuki brush that I've had for a while. It's from Ebelin, and you can get it at the DM drugstore. In case you're wondering, it's actually very good. I like it, and that's what I'm gonna use it with. Let me just see if this is how creamy this is. Okay, yeah, I touched it a little bit and quite a lot came off, which means I shouldn't have any trouble. I'm just gonna go with my brush. Hold on, let me show you, and just dip right in there. We'll see how this works. I hope I haven't applied too much, but how you can avoid making a mess on your face is that you start always with your outer perimeter of the face, and you move towards inside, because if you start here and you add it too much, it's kind of hard to fix it. But if you add a lot here, you can still spread it this way and kind of fix the whole situation. Just a little advice. So let's give this a try. Oh, what did I say? Pigmented. In case you realize it's too much, just tap the excess off to your hand and you should be fine. It's a very cool shade. Just make sure you take your time. It may look a lot, but even if you think you have put a bit too much, you can always fix the situation. So just make sure you remain calm, because I've had these situations where I start to freak out. I've used this sponge before to apply my foundation, and when I see that I have applied too much, I usually will just tap a little foundation over, and it usually helps a lot. See? Looks better now. So we're gonna go to the other side, and then I'm just gonna apply a little bit on my forehead, because that's where I usually also put it, and then we're gonna go to the eyeshadow palette. I can say that it's definitely very creamy though. It's quite easy to blend, so I think it looks good. But it's definitely a cool tone shade. So I don't know if it works for everyone. But I guess if it's too cool for you, you could still warm it up with like a warm bronzer, and you can make it work for yourself. But it is very creamy, and it's very, very easy to blend. And I feel like this pan is so huge, it could last you forever. So I don't feel bad for purchasing this, absolutely not. But okay, that was it for that. I'm gonna go to my eyes now. I'm gonna prime my lids first. And then I'm gonna go, I usually prime my lids just with my concealer, and then I'm gonna go on to the shades. So let me just prime my eyes first and I'll be back. Okay, so my eyelids are now primed, and I'm just gonna start off with a lightest shade possible, just to kind of start this whole thing off. And I'm gonna be using this shade, and then I'm gonna go into this one, and then probably this one, and then we'll see which one I put as a topper. Because I don't plan these things out, I just kind of look at the colors and I don't know, I try to be spontaneous about it and see where this goes. I have also purchased 3 brushes from their brand, and I'm gonna try them out as well. And I'm gonna start off with this one, using the shade that I showed you. I feel bad that they don't have names on it, because that way I could specifically tell you. But anyway, like I said, starting off with this one. Okay, so this is the first shade. Just to kind of warm up the eye, I'm gonna use that one. Okay, so that's the first shade, and like I said, I'm gonna continue and use this one that's a little bit darker, just to kind of define the look even more. And I'm gonna use the same brush. Okay, so that's the other shade. It has definitely given more warmth to my eyes. And just to kind of make it even more warm since summer is coming, I'm gonna add this shade, but more inside the crease. And then I'm gonna use this gold shimmer to kind of top my lids. The colors are definitely very pigmented. As you can see, it comes off very easily. The shades are very versatile, very useful. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the previous brush and just make sure that it's all well blended. And now the other eye. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. And I'm just gonna, like I said, use this, I think this gold, yeah, this one's gonna be the best for my lids. And I'm gonna apply that with a flat brush that I have, like this. Also, just a little advice, if you want your shimmers to perform better, apply it on the brush, and then use whatever fixing spray you have and just spritz a little bit on there, and it should perform twice as well. It's a little trick that I learned on YouTube, and it's actually really good. I think it turned out really, really well. What I like to do to make my looks a little bit more defined is I'll take the sponge that I used for my foundation, and I just clean up the edges to kind of make it look even better. So I'm gonna do that and apply highlighter and mascara and do my eyebrows, basically finish the whole look, and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so this concludes my look using this palette and of course the contour palette for today. What I have to say is that these shades are very, very pigmented. They were actually very easy to blend, and when it comes to the shimmers, I could say that like with the brush only, they don't perform their best. Like they're not bad, but if you do the trick that I showed you with the fixing spray, you can definitely get a better performance. And this is the look that I created today using this palette. I'm definitely gonna be using it a lot because these are my shades, the browns, the like shimmery golds and like reds, basically all the warm tones is something I very, very like, so I'm gonna be using this for sure. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment telling me what did you like the most, if you preferred this eyeshadow palette or the contour palette. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure that you subscribe and follow my content and support me. And yeah, that's basically it. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.